Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you one of the most unique bulbs in my collection. This is the GE Genura floodlight bulb. This, believe it or not, was one of the first electrode-less fluorescent lamps to hit the consumer market. And I've been wanting one of these for a very, very long time. And when I got this at a salvage and surplus store, along with a bunch of other cool things for $10, I was amazed. So, this particular bulb has a lot of interesting things going on with it. Now, one of the really great websites out there to learn about some of these unique bulbs is lamptech.co.uk. Now, I can't remember the name of the person that maintains the website, but there's all kinds of great information. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of information from there. So if you want to learn more, go to the lamptech.co.uk website and learn more about this bulb. But some of the information that is listed on here talks about how this bulb first came to existence. So I was really curious about this bulb. It's so unique, so I want to share some of this information with you. So apparently it was first being developed by Thorn Lighting, and when GE took them over, the people that were developing it in the Thorn area could use the electronics knowledge that GE had to bring this bulb into existence. So that's really cool, you know, the combination of two different companies. Well, GE, I guess, bought out Thorn, but it's still the combination of two different companies coming together to produce one of the first induction bulbs. The other thing that I found interesting here is that where the Genura name comes from. GE, stands for General Electric, and Nura is the Indian word for light. So that's quite interesting. I didn't know where the name came from, or if it was even a word. So that's where the name comes from, according to the website here. That's pretty cool. There's other information as well, all about this bulb, so I encourage you to go to that website, the lamptech.co.uk, and read more about it. There's plenty of other really interesting bulbs in there as well, but I do want to obviously cite my sources of where I get information, unless it's already been in my head for a long time. Anyway, let's get back to this bulb itself. There's a little bit of history on it, which is pretty cool to know. The front of the packaging is pretty basic. It's soft white. I believe there's also a warm white version or something like that. But you can see how it replaces a regular R30 65 watt bulb. It has an impressive amount of lumens for what it is. It has a pretty long life. On the back we have a different language. Got some information here on the sides as well. Looks like it tells you about the frequency range. Information here as well. Just such a cool bulb. Now I'm not really sure what this sticker is on the top, but so let's go ahead and open it up. So here it is, and I unfortunately don't have an incandescent version with me here to compare it to size, but it does seem a little bit smaller than a R30 version. It definitely seems smaller. You can see some type of interesting coating there, and I believe that's, whatever is coated on the inside of the glass for the phosphors. Now apparently there is a, tube that goes up into the bulb like this with some wires in it to excite the gases and, well, produce the light. So there's a whole bunch of electronics in the bottom as well. This bulb was really dirty when I got it. Probably my hands might be a little dirty too from holding all the other bulbs that are old and dirty. But of course we have GE, Genura 23watt. Caution information was made in Hungary. Obviously don't use with a dimmer. That's not the best idea for one of these things. So let's go ahead and screw it in. I was very impressed with this bulb when I turned it on for the first time. It was quite dim, but it's very evenly lit, as you can see. There's little defects in the phosphor. But if I shine it here on the table, you may notice eventually here it'll start to warm up very fast. It'll start to get very bright very quick, and I think it's already done that if not doing it right now. Oh yeah, it got much brighter. This thing is incredibly bright. I'd say it equals maybe, I don't know, it's just incredibly bright. Definitely what it says on the package anyway. Well, the cord is just too short. But it's just such a unique bulb. Now, if I put my ear to it, I don't hear anything other than a ballast hum. But obviously it is operating at a frequency to, excite the gases and get it to work. But it's just such a cool design and a nice piece of lighting history. I'm glad I could share some of that information with you, because I was curious myself. I've always wanted one of these bulbs, just because of how unique and hard to get they are. Now, I also did some research on looking if they're still available, and they are, believe it or not. Some lighting websites here in the US and the UK, or Europe, other places as well, still have these in stock, believe it or not. Now, if they're new stock or old stock, I'm not too sure, but they're like $38. That's insane for something like this, but the technology behind it, I guess so. Obviously there's better alternatives nowadays, but just a fantastic piece of lighting history. So anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this GE Genura 23watt induction bulb. Also, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.